strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
WCBS News Time, 6:58, traffic and weather together, Ian Stark.
Watch out for a crash on East Side BC near Brooklyn near exit 27 by Atlantic Avenue and flooding up in East Side BC near the area of the Brooklyn Bridge. Now the forecast from the WCBS Weather Center.
Expect rain tonight as strong wind gusts develop, low 45. Gusts to 50 miles per hour near the coast will bring coastal flooding, along with wind chills down into the 30s, but travel will still be slow elsewhere with areas of street and highway flooding through the start of the day tomorrow. Then chilly Saturday with strong winds remaining. Morning rain gives way to just drizzle by the afternoon, high 53.
49 degrees in New York City. It is raining. The humidity at 93%.
When you need to know why, when it matters most. This is WCBS 880 News.
The FDNY says cooking carelessness caused a deadly kitchen fire in Bed-Stuy that claimed the lives of a mother and her two daughters. An elderly woman dies in a Queens apartment building fire. Bail reform supporters claim fear over facts led to changes to the law in the New York State budget deal. The Army grounds all aircraft following a deadly helicopter collision in Alaska. The Mets and the Yankees lost. The Islanders were eliminated from the playoffs by the Hurricanes. CBS News covers the world next. This is WCBS and WCBS FMHC2 New York. Good morning. I'm Tanya Hansen. It's 7 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Staples.
I'm Wendy Gillette in New York. More storms could hit the southeast this weekend. The Weather Channel meteorologist Jackie Harris has the forecast.
A line of storms then poised to affect the peninsula yet again with more active weather. Then we'll look for wet weather to move into the mid-Atlantic states. A few storms here could be severe, not to mention the very heavy downpours, and the winds are going to begin to pick up on your Sunday especially.
All Army training flights are grounded after two deadly helicopter crashes this month that killed 12 soldiers. CBS's Catherine Herridge on the latest accident in Alaska.
3 soldiers were killed in the crash late Thursday near the town of Healy. They had been returning from a routine training mission. A 4th soldier was also injured and is in stable condition.
Smoke was spotted above Khartoum this morning as fighting in Sudan continues despite an extended ceasefire agreement. The International Red Cross warns of a developing humanitarian crisis. Saraf Shazwat is the emergency director of East Africa.
Hundreds of thousands of people who are still stuck in Khartoum, who are still in the middle of an active war zone, who don't have electricity, who don't have water, who don't have access to health services.
A dwindling supply of a type of water is affecting medical professionals. CBS's Alexander Chin explains.
The FDA's database now lists sterile water used for irrigation as currently in shortage around the United States. That's a carefully standardized product that's used by doctors and nurses to do things like washing devices and cleaning wounds.
Bids are underway this weekend for First Republic Bank as possible FDIC receivership looms. The regional bank is the third in trouble since March. American University's Gerard Comizio.
Given their levels of uninsured deposits, that's a problem. And so the chickens have kind of come home to roost for all these banks.
Air pollution is back in California following the clear days of the pandemic. Now there's a plan to counteract the issue as KCAL TV's Tina Ezidin reports from Los Angeles. smoggy Southern California.
I think it's horrible. We have so much smog here.
And now, an unprecedented move to rescue it by the California Air Resources Board.
This is an absolutely transformative rule. The time for putting public health back into the economy is over.
State regulators unanimously voting 14-0 to ban sales of new diesel big rigs by the year 2036 and phase out diesel trucks by 2042.
This is CBS News.
Staples stores provide innovative products and services for small business, remote workers and learners, even teachers and parents. Explore more at your local Staples store. Now more than ever, it matters where you get your news. New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut depend on WCBS 880 News.
Heavy rain, 49 degrees here in Hudson Square in Lower Manhattan. We're expecting a high of just 54 degrees this afternoon. The rain should taper to some drizzle for the afternoon and the evening. Cloudy tonight. Maybe a little rain or drizzle, low of 50. Then tomorrow the rain returns and it's expected to be really heavy tomorrow night. WCBS News Time 7:03. Cooking carelessness is blamed for a deadly kitchen fire in Bed-Stuy that claimed the lives of a mother and her 8 and 10-year-old daughters. Fire marshals ruled yesterday's fire accidental. The FDNY also says there was no smoke alarm. More from CBS 2's Hannah Klieger.
Darlene lives right next door to the apartment where it happened. One of her 3 cats died in the tragedy, too.
I was asleep, and I heard the noise. My bedroom had no smoke, but the fumes were there. And when I got up, there was a lot of smoke in my living room, bathroom, all of that. It was like you couldn't see.
She says she saw the family often.
She loved her children. That's what I can tell you, is that her children meant the world to her.
A heartbroken cousin came when she learned what happened.
Came to look for my family and found out it was my family that got burned in the fire.
And neighbors recall their fear during the early morning emergency.
I try to get the people in my house out as fast as possible. Where's the fire escape?
The building management said 4 of the apartments were reoccupied last night. The other 3 still need repairs. A 77-year-old woman is dead after a fire in a Queens apartment building. The flames broke out around 4:15 yesterday afternoon at 5123 Breeder Street in Elmhurst. One building resident said the fire was huge. 2 families were displaced. Fire investigators are looking into the cause. Rollbacks in bail reform in the tentative New York budget deal have outraged state lawmakers who backed the original law. Details from WCBS's Steve Burns.
Governor Hochul insists judges needed more flexibility. They were letting people walk who should have been locked up.
And some of those cases really shocked the conscience. You cannot believe that someone was let out and they said, our hands are tied. I have to follow the least restricted means.
That standard is gone for serious cases under the new budget agreement. The Brooklyn Assemblywoman Latrice Walker says the change driven by fear, not fact.
The headlines and media have been the vehicle by which misinformation about bail reform has been spread.
She says she's a no vote on this budget and would support possible legal action against the change.
What we're watching is that more black and brown New Yorkers are being detained pre-trial than any other demographic group in our state.
Steve Burns, WCBS 880 News.
The budget agreement includes a more than $300 million bailout for the financially strapped MTA that will lower a planned fare hike and expand service. Weekend subway riders have their stories.
Sometimes the train will run like every 20 minutes or so.
Oh my God. Sometimes half an hour, sometimes 45 minutes.
But MTA Chair and CEO Jen O'Lever says no more.
We're going to get more service. We're going to get more night service. We're going to get more weekend service because of the budget.
A bigger state cash infusion will also mean a smaller fare hike than planned, down from over 5% to about 4%, which is also contingent on the agency finding $400 million in efficiencies. The deal also includes a pilot for 5 free bus routes, which have yet to be determined, but Weaver says the biggest win is that this is a long-term deal.
It's a 4-year solution, unlike what Albany normally does, which is a 1-year solution. I'm thrilled.
In Union Square, Samantha Lehman, WCBS 880 News.
Making news, breaking news, live interviews.
Raul, the peacock that escaped from the Bronx Zoo. The zookeeper said, leave him alone, he'll fly back. he did.
They do often know, especially when they have a home territory, how to get back.
The Newsline with Bridget Quinn. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on WCBS 880 News.
This summer, we may see prices at the pumps going down. We'll have some analysis coming up. WCBS News Time 7:07. But first, in a minute, we'll have traffic and weather together. Attention people with Medicare and anyone turning 65. Are you enrolled in the best Medicare plan available? The average Medicare beneficiary has a choice of 54 Medicare plans, 766 Medicare Part D prescription drug plans, and a record 3,834 Medicare Advantage plans. How do you know you have the right plan? Simple. Call 800-795-0962. 800-795-0962. The service is free. You can find a plan with a $0 monthly premium, $0 copay, and $0 deductible. Don't gamble. Speak to a licensed agent to find out which plan is right for you. Call 800-795-0962. 800-795-0962. That's 800-795-0962. And let Best Medicare do the work for you. The WCBS News Time 7:08. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes. On the 8th, Ian's dark. What's the flooding on the roads looking like? There's got to be some, right?
There's just so much going on, Tanya. It's really kind of hard to document the whole thing. I'm going to say that everyone driving through New Jersey right now, just be careful. There are so many minor accidents being reported around the Garden State. I think it's a sign. Take it slow this morning, please, because things have been real bad. There's a crash also working on the turnpike right now, southbound in the express lanes near 70 next, Dutch Washington Lane, and still doing road work out there, if you can believe it. Southbound Trucker 109, you have a down pull down wires near Hackensack Avenue. Carnegie leads up to closure. That construction I mentioned, 109, the express lanes. Both ways between Trucker 109 and the Tunley Circle, with express lanes subject to be closed and detoured until 5 a.m. Monday morning. The outbound Holland is also closed due to construction, so you got to go through the Lincoln and the GWB, the system roadwork on the apartments both ways, approaching and leaving the upper level. In Brooklyn, crash working on eastbound B2E in the area of Atlantic Avenue, blocking the center lane. Advice to 27, and look out for flooding on the eastbound B2E near the Brooklyn Bridge, exit 28B, and that has been creating problems all morning. Next up is update at 7:18. Breaking traffic news that it happens. Bonnie and Stark at the WCBS Traffic Center.
Now, check out the WCBS forecast meteorologist Brendan Buckingham. We are below the norm right now for rainfall. Do you expect us to pick up enough, maybe, to get above that this weekend?
Yeah, I think we have a pretty good shot at recouping some of those deficits here this weekend. Again, as you alluded to, rain much of the day today, the heaviest of which is occurring this morning that has resulted in some flooding issues across the city and nearby suburbs. That should become a little bit lighter into this afternoon as the high temperature climbs to about 54 degrees. Then into tonight, rather cloudy, again with a bit of rain or drizzle still continuing with the low dropping down to 60. Then into our day tomorrow, cloudy and becoming windy again with another round of steady rain returning by about midday, then continuing into the overnight hours. Again, some of that rain will be heavy. There can even be rumbles of thunder. Expect street and highway flooding once again to become an issue. Also a round of coastal flooding is possible during times of high tide. That high tomorrow climbing to near 60 degrees. Then into our day on Monday, windy and drying out with a bit of sunshine returning, a high of 64. And for our day on Tuesday, blustery and chilly with clouds and some sunshine. A shower or two may include a few rumbles of thunder with a high climbing to 57. And finally for our day on Wednesday, chilly and breezy with a couple of showers still in the forecast, a high of 56.
All right, thank you.